Welcome everybody. With me today, nobody else than Praggnanandhaa. Prague, hi, welcome and thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Is it the first time for you in Hamburg?
Yes, I've been planning to come and visit Hamburg, the ChessBase office. But yeah, finally I got to be here.
And you met Dr. Carsten Müller not long ago. You had some endgame training. Could he teach you anything, or did you teach him more, maybe?
No, we had a endgame magic session where I was showing a couple of my games. And then, we had some small training sessions where he was showing some of his position from his book. And yeah, it was nice training. I mean, it's fun solving. I always enjoy such solving. And also, if there is someone who's also solving with you, it's kind of also nice. We had Indian here. So we both were trying to solve, and it's always nice to
Some solving together.
Yeah, I always enjoyed that process.
Endgames or openings? What do you prefer?
It depends, because there was a phase where I kind of close to hitting openings. And then I realized that I should work on it because top level, like after I became a GM, I understood that my openings were quite poor. I was just playing some sidelines and it wasn't great. I was getting worst position out of almost every game with black, and I was tricking players in middlegame and endgame. But then I realized I had to work on openings. But then slowly I started to enjoy that process. But then, recently I would say I prefer endgame more, because I kind of I've been playing a lot of events, so I have to prepare openings almost every day for games, as well as trying to see some new things and stuff. So I kind of fed up with the openings. So now at least I prefer endgame. So I think it's just, it depends on which phase I am in.
So one question is, which is on my mind, when do you reach the 2700? And the other question is it even that important after all?
It's somewhat important, I think, because it's kind of a magical number, let's say, because as a tournament organizer, it'd be nice to get a 2700 player. But I'm there, but it's not entirely there, yeah. And it's kind of like I've been in 26. I came to 2687 in last year October or something. So it's been like 4-5 months. So played a couple of events already. So I should have crossed by now the 2700 mark. I think my best chance was in vacancies this year. I started in with +2 out of 7 games. With half the event done, +2 is a huge score. I was in the second place behind Norberg Abdul Sattarov, tying with Anish at that point. So everything was going smooth, and then I collapsed with 3 losses kind of in a row, with a draw in between. And then in WR Masters as well, I started with 2 losses. After that also I had a lot of chances to get to a plus score. I was just keeping on missing it. So things to work on, and I think this just I think sooner or later I will reach that mark. So I feel that I shouldn't be thinking about that and just trying to work on the mistakes I have and try to get better. Being said that, I think this 2700 mark was definitely on my mind for last 6 months for sure. Maybe that's also a reason why sometimes I make mistakes. Maybe I just put pressure on myself. So if I don't have this thought with me, maybe it just come automatically if I play good chess.
What I also wanted to ask you is, how is it actually working together with Ramesh, and how long is he your coach?
It's been almost 9 years.
My goodness.
So I remember first time I went to his academy. It was in 2014. I can still remember that date, 3rd of June, and I still remember what we saw in the class that day.
Wow.
I mean, just okay. After that, I don't remember anything. It's a different story, but just that day, and yeah, I think he has been a huge support in my chess journey, and yeah, he has taught me a lot of things, and also, he has been there for me always, and he has traveled with me many tournaments, so has played a very, very big role in my career.
When you were mentioning it started out so good in bike, and then you collapsed. What goes through your mind, and how can you get the mentality to still focus and come back and not fall completely to the floor?
I think bike is one of the events which is quite famous. Everyone kind of says that when sometimes things go badly, it can go very bad, and when things go good, it can go very good. So it's kind of to do with the place, because it's in a kind of village, and there's nothing much to do. So yeah, there are many people who have spoken about it, but I think a very good tradition, because so many players have been there, and the atmosphere is just excellent. Whenever I play there, I really enjoy it. I think that's also a motivation for all of us. And yeah, so I started with so I bet Ding region is gonna play the World Championship now. So that was just a huge result for me. I won with black, and I kind of outplayed. I was feeling so good. And then after that, the 7th round, I bet Joran Van Forest, and again +2, as I said. I think I don't know exactly, maybe my live rating at that point, I was told that I was maybe around 2699 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but so I needed maybe a draw to cross 2700 at least in life. And then the next game I lost to Rapport. And then I mean, still the tournament +1 in such a field is
exactly.
It's not bad at all.
Not at all, no.
I was still in 4th place or something, and then the next game I drew with white, and then after that I played Gukesh. I would say this was one of the crucial game of the event, and for me at least, I mean not for the whole event, for me, because I was after the opening, I was winning basically, and I almost spotted the win. I mean, which is not very difficult. I almost spotted the win, and then I panicked because I was thinking for a long time. Panicked and played a move which I was not even considering for most of my time, but then just played it, just losing. I think that was a very costly mistake. Because after that also I lost a game, mainly due to the previous game. Because if I had found the right move, most likely I would have won, and then I would have been on +2 again. I mean, it's a different thing. But yeah, this was a huge mistake. It was mainly to do with psychology, I think, because chess-wise I would have. I think I spotted the win, but somehow I didn't believe it, or there was some small miscalculation, and I missed it. Okay, it was not great. And then the next game, having lost 2 games out of 3, it was also with this way. I was tilted a little bit, and yeah, I just went, and I was trying to play for a win, and I had a better position. There was 2 moves at a point, whether I could go, risk-free position where I would be better, or other ways to kind of try to go and attack his king. I saw both the ways, but I went for the risk, like to try to attack his king, but I had underestimated his options there, and after that I didn't give a fight at all and lost without any fight. And these 3 games was just very painful because if I had done very well in bike, then first of all, crossing 2700 would be there. Also, invitations for more future events will be there. So kind of maybe a costly miss, but still, just one tournament, nothing big. Lots to learn from. And after that, also I played against Magnus, and I was very happy because the first half I played very bad, and then second half I managed to fight back, and hold a draw. I had to make too many precise moves, but I managed to play them all and make a draw. So at least I stopped the bleeding there. So some positives from there, and also some things to work on.
Thank you for this summarization. Now, how is actually are you friends with, and I wrote them down because I kind of remember all of them, Gukesh, Erigaisi, Diazahi, Vidit, Narayanya, Sadvani, Mendonca, Inian. How is the relation with them? Are you friends with them? Do you know them a little bit, some more, some less?
Yeah, it's always some more, some less, but I'm in friendly nature with all of them.
And one of the best friends of them, or?
No, in general, I'm in good relationship with all of them. Like, some are from my state, so I know them much better because we speak the same language. Let's say for Indian, he's here. Like we speak the same language, so it's much more easy to communicate, and
sure.
We have probably met in a lot of free events as well. And others as well. They're just strong players, so most of the time we play the same events, so we meet, and it's always a good relationship with each other.
Which is, actually what I also noticed when I met a couple of them already, that they talk highly from everybody else too. There's no like a real rivalry, which you might expect, but do you have like some certain like Angstgegner? Do you know the word, what that is? It's a German word, which means like one you would fear the most to play against, which is like you always lose against this one.
I don't know. Among that name, recently I lost 2 games to Gukesh, so he's the one that comes to me naturally, because others, I don't know, I haven't lost anything or played recently so much. But Gukesh I played in Vaik as well as in Germany. I lost both, which was kind of unfortunate, and he's a strong player, and others are also very strong, so it's just one game we win, one game they win. Sure. So it's kind of like that. And I must also add that it's kind of good to have, like, say, Gukesh, Nihal, Arjun, Raunak, all of them, because if one does well, I think it motivates the other. At least for me, that's the case.
True.
If, let's say, Gukesh wins an event or Arjun wins an event, it kind of motivates me to do better and work harder as well. So I think it's kind of this... I don't know exact word to put it, like friendly competition, or let's say something like that.
Yes. Makes sense.
And I think it's good to have such a thing, because let's say if only one of us is there from India, it's kind of, we won't feel that motivation, because we are like 4-5 players. Kind of, I think like everyone motivates the other person.
Sure. So when you're not playing chess, how does a day in the life of Prague look like from the morning to evening? When is the time you normally wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? Can you give us a little insight about this? I'm curious.
It's actually, it depends a lot, because the past, at least the last year, I was not at home most of the time. At least if I was at home, I would play online events. And this year also, from the start, I haven't been at home. much. Maybe I've been there like 20 days or something barely.
Whoa.
It's been like three months almost. So yeah. So definitely, it's been a long time since I'm at home, like in a normal routine. But let's say if there's an online event, which usually starts at night, then it goes late night, and then it kind of mixes up the schedule. But if there is no tournament, then normal day would begin at around 8. I would wake up. Then I start my training at 9:30, 10, and then training goes till lunch, and then after lunch maybe a little break, then some more training, and then I would do some other stuff, activities or something.
What would that be? Give us an example. Is it like Netflix or table tennis? I heard table tennis so often as well.
Yeah, table tennis I do. Sometimes when I visit Ramesh Academy, they have a table tennis table there and to play. When there are, like earlier, I remember there used to be a lot of group classes. So there were like 15 players, so we'd make turns and play. I mean, those days were quite fun, for sure. And yeah, I would do some other activities. I don't know, badminton I play. Maybe like there are many activities. I mean, something will pop up on that day.
Sure.
And then then dinner, and maybe try to see what's going on. Because in India, the live games usually start late, so I try to catch up on if there is any tournament going on, and then
rough.
Yeah.
Hard chess life, but you're enjoying it after all. I mean, you can say it's your life. It's your passion.
Yeah. With online events, I mean, it'll change a lot because it'll finish late night, and then I would sleep, and then wake up. Maybe I'd have a direct lunch, and then if it's a very important tournament, I will also sleep in the afternoon because the morning, the late night and morning sleep I don't feel quite good. Maybe it affects, and then I also sleep in the afternoon, and then maybe try to prepare for 2-3 hours. Yeah, that's the routine. Like, it's kind of tough, but I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah, when you're used to it, you get a better habit about it. Do you have any kind of rituals which you're doing? Like, for example, you need your morning coffee, or you want to meditate, or something like that. Or chess-wise.
Yeah, nothing comes to my mind now.
Sure.
But yeah, there should be one. But somehow nothing sparks
no problem.
Right now.
How often do you play chess against your sister?
Yeah, not so much. We sometimes play some bullet games or blitz games just for fun. But we discuss chess a lot. Like when she plays an event, I try to if I'm free, I try to help her. And yeah, if I'm playing, she can help me a little bit.
That's so cool.
And I think it's good to have someone at your home who knows chess. Because the mistakes chess players go through are kind of similar. And so if someone at your home, understands what mistake you made, and how bad you played that day, it's kind of nice to speak. And yeah, I mean, definitely helps both ways, because I guess she also benefits having me.
I can assume that's the case.
Because when we discuss, we both learn.
Do you have any favorite chess book, or some chess book which inspired your whole life?
To be honest, I'm not like a very big book reader. I'm planning to read more chess books, because maybe that's one thing I haven't tried a lot. So also I learned that Magnus reads a lot of books. I mean, it's kind of an inspiration to take upon, I guess. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to start to read like many books. But from the books I've read, I like Boris Gelfand's books, the series.
Oh.
Like the positional decision making in chess, for example.
The second time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
Somebody recommended this, the Gelfand books.
Yeah, he has kind of very deep knowledge about the game. It's been a legend in the game of chess, so his books are for sure quite good.
You beat Magnus last year, correct?
Yes.
So I guess you've been asked this question 100 of times already, but what went through your mind when you beat him? Was this something where you go like, okay, I just beat the best player in the world?
Yeah, so it only happened in Rapid so far.
Sure, fair enough.
But yeah, but still hard to beat him in Rapid as well. So when I qualified to this Champions Chess Tour last year, I knew that I'll play all the tournaments literally.
Yeah.
So there were like 9 tournaments or something. So I knew I would play all of them. So one of my aims was to beat Magnus at least once.
That worked out quite well.
And then so when I played the first event, the first day I lost 3 games out of 4. So which was a very rough day. And then the next day, I started by beating Levon Aronian, so there was good confidence. Then I drew with Anish, and then this was the last game of the day. I was tired, of course. It was like 2 in the morning from India. But yeah, I managed to. I wouldn't call it's a good game, but okay, I just. I think he was also not well at that point. That also helped, but yeah, I don't think we both were playing good at that in that game. But okay, I managed to win somehow.
Very humble.
But I think that win was quite important. Not from like win perspective or like from the game, but more of psychology. Because you feel like when you don't play these guys, you feel like they don't make any mistakes. It may seem like that, but not really. So I think Magnus was also like that. But when you beat him once, you know that you can beat him. It's possible to do that. So after that, like next I bet him in May in one of the Champions Tour event. But that was also like more of a blunder, which he made. He blundered a knight. But still, I knew that, okay, if I can put pressure, I mean, it can still crack. But okay, that was just still a blunder. I knew that. And okay, in August, I was playing a match with him. And okay, he won the tournament by that point. But still, I managed to win the match. So that was something that gave me a lot of confidence. I know it's possible to, beat him in a rapid match. And as I said, I think these games are quite important when you play some important games in future. I don't know, some classical game. You have this mindset, okay, I know I can beat him, so it's possible. Just have to play my best. So I think such games are quite vital.
It will happen sooner or later, I'm pretty sure about that. So what are your plans and projects for the future or for the next, or for this or next year maybe?
Yeah, this year there'll be more official events like the World Cup, Grand Swiss, and so on. So that I'll be playing, and as well as other events, other strong events are there. So yeah, my aim is to short-term aim is to get marked this 2700.
Yeah.
Cross this mark. Because I think that is kind of important for tournament invitation. And like when I play, I shouldn't think about this thing, but it should happen sooner or later. And I want it to happen quite soon.
Yes, understandable. One last question for you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Hopefully in the top top 10 and even more top 5 or trying to become the world champion.
Very ambitious, very good. And I think, and I hope you will manage to get there soon enough. Pragg, thank you so much for this interview and the time. That was it.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks a lot.
And also, I must say that this is kind of very special environment because, you never get to, sit in such a place where it reminds of this World Championship with Fischer and Spassky. I mean, those days. So, table and chairs and everything. It told me also the clocks.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of very special.
Have you ever played with a mechanical clock?
No. And okay, I was recently playing with this one and I really didn't know how this works. Because I didn't know when the flag is going to fall, and it's kind of very hard to tell.
We can play a game and I won't tell you anything, so maybe I will win on time.
Yeah, you will probably. I don't know how people played those days, but nowadays with the normal clock, it's kind of very easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, I realized that you don't know how many seconds you have.
Correct. You have no clue. It's just a guessing game, and sometimes you push it, or you have to manually adjust it here. So it's sometimes one player has 10, maybe even 15 or 20 seconds more or less.
Oh, so we don't know
wild.
that.
Yeah. So you just have to, when this little red part here is going up, then you're in time trouble.
Okay.
That's basically
some good things to know.
Well, thanks once again, Pragg.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure.